Hello and welcome to this Christmas special brought to you by Wesley Mission. From my home to yours, I wish you and those you love a happy and blessed Christmas. You know, Christmas means different things to different people. To some it's a time to slow down, take a break, sort of like an extra long weekend. For others it's a time to spend with family and friends. To others still, me included, it's a time to remember and celebrate the birth of Jesus, born in humble circumstances. Mary and Joseph were far from home and struggled to find a place to sleep for the night. Jesus would grow to be a man that not only changed his world, but through his death and resurrection would become the saviour of the world. There's no doubt this is a very special time of the year, and many of us will gather together around tables in our homes to celebrate. But what if, like Mary and Joseph and Jesus, you didn't have a safe and secure place to call home at Christmas, or perhaps at any other time of the year? Here in Australia, it's estimated that more than 116,000 people experience homelessness every single night. It's a real issue that as a community we can and must do something about. Since 1819, Wesley Mission has journeyed with people experiencing homelessness, providing support and helping to find a safe and stable home. We love seeing people discover their God-given value and self-worth along the way. Let me introduce you to 3 people who Wesley Mission has assisted in finding a home for Christmas. Let's meet Martin, who lost his job and then his home during COVID lockdowns.
Oh, how did I end up homeless? Circumstance. I lost my house. I had nowhere to live. I've always been employed. I've always earned good money. But when you get older, people don't want to know. One of the difficult things about being homeless is being judged, because people don't have to say anything. You can just see it. You can actually feel the energy that's coming from them. They have no idea what your story is, what your history is, what you've achieved in life, where you've been in life. They just see you as being somebody living in a van and not being worth very much. It was a constant thing for me to try and build up my own self-worth, because it kept getting attacked by people that were going past. I was completely irrational. I don't ask for help very easily. When the guy came up and asked me, do I want help finding somewhere to live? There's a huge part of me that wanted to say no. But this little voice just came out and said, yeah, actually I would. And that's how the whole thing with Wesley Mission started rolling out. Christmas to me means family. Got a brother, he's 67 and I'm 65. Came from quite a violent background, so we were like troops in the trenches. Got my son, very, very close. Did the single parent thing till he was 18. My son used to ring me and we'd talk on the phone. He knew I was going through a hard time. I was very much in denial. So I never had those conversations with him. Last Christmas was just after I'd lost my job. I thought I was handling what had happened quite well, but I actually wasn't. I was deluding myself. I've been living here for nearly 5 weeks. I was renting a house in Marrickville. I was there for about 7 years, and I used to let the other bedrooms out to hospitality workers, because there's always travellers. And then COVID hit. I was working in a restaurant and they closed down. Basically, I was out of work. It just got ridiculous. I just couldn't maintain it. And I had a transit van, a high roof transit. The sound of the rain when you're living in a van is really loud. The cold nights did get cold. There's a couple of times it was shivering, even with a hot water bottle and any other kind of heat I could get. It was uncomfortable. Basically, you're waiting for dawn, so you can go and sit in a warm environment somewhere. Wesley Mission came and visited, brought me a box of food, which was really kind of them. I've had a winter in a van, that's enough. And then I met Zora.
I'm the team leader for Wesley Mission. Today I'm here because it's Christmas time, so I got this hamper for Martin to drop it off and also help him setting up his new place into a nice home. How's your morning been?
Oh, tiring. Oh, wow, this is fantastic.
It is really rewarding to see people being housed every day. It's not only housing that we look at, it's the journey that they need all the support, whether it's through their mental health, it's their physical health, or it's around their finances. Everything matters, and we look at that and unpacking that for them and looking how we can support them through that journey is important. And it doesn't come up easy, but I think that's why we need a team to work together.
And when Wesley came in, they not only supported me in taking care of myself, but also gave me the possibility of a roof. Because I thought I'd lost all that. I thought that was nowhere in the game plan in my future was getting a home back together. And all of a sudden, it was possible, but it took movement from me. It wasn't a case of relying on Wesley's to do it all. I was very much involved in the process. And that was important for me because it got me back into life.
Still to come on Home for Christmas.
I didn't really know where I was going to go. I had a week to figure out what I was going to do.
I think people are amazing. We can turn dark to light. We can fly through storms. We can change worlds, but we can't always do it alone. If you need help, we could work together. Find out more at wesleymission.org.au. We are here for you.
Having a home for Martin is stability and having your connection, community, and somewhere to call home.
I've got a kitchen, I can cook. I've got a fridge, I can take care of food. I've got a bedroom with a great bed that I can sleep in. I've got a bathroom with a shower that I can shower any time I like. And I've got somewhere to put my plants. It's putting me back in with family. And also friends. Christmas has always been a great time to catch up with friends. I've got somewhere I can invite them. Wesley Mission has given me hope. Wesley Mission has given me back trust. Wesley Mission has given me back appreciation of love. Because you guys work from a point of love. And to be able to recognise that and actually accept that, it's big. And when you think you've lost that and it's irredeemable, to actually realise it isn't lost, it's still there. You just needed somebody to show you how to do it again. I've still got dreams, still got stuff that I can give back. I am worthwhile. I am worth something.
Every person is of infinite value to God, and so every person is valuable to Wesley Mission. It's our privilege to journey alongside people in need, to speak up for and to lift the voices of people trapped in poverty, and to provide a guiding light wherever and however we can. Our next story brings me so much joy. Tamara is an independent young woman who Wesley Mission has had the privilege of journeying alongside since she was just 6 months old. We were there for Tamara throughout her foster care and independent living years, her moving into adulthood, and now Tamara chooses to keep in touch with us. We're still here for support if she needs it, but now we're mostly just cheering her on from the sidelines.
Got a decent sized balcony.
Yeah, a decent sized balcony. I'm excited for you to see the new place. It's come together really well.
I'll bring some succulents for you.
Yeah, I love
Take some
succulents. Just catching up with Rosie. It's really nice to catch up with her. I've known her since I was 8 years old, so we've got a really nice relationship. Wesley Mission and Rosie have been a very important aspect of my life. Rosie, you have always been there for me no matter what. I could call Rosie at any hour of the night with any question that I possibly needed, and she'd always be there for me.
I've known her for a long time, so it's really nice to see someone who's gone through some really hard stuff actually doing so well in life and not needing me anymore. That's the reason I do my job.
She organised me to get straight into her house when I didn't really know where I was going to go. I had a week to figure out what I was going to do. Called her up straight away, and I think within a day she was back to me. She's like, yep, that's it, you're in, you've got it.
Which meant that she could get back on her feet, continue to work instead of looking for properties. And since then, she's actually saved up her own bond, entered her own private rental with very minimal support. So, you know, nothing can be prouder than someone who can do all that for themselves.
You've been my rock in some very, very deep times of my life, so thank you for that.
That's okay.
I feel like I'm going to cry.
No, you're not allowed to cry either. I'm always in your corner.
Of course you are, yes. You're my number one fan.
I am.
Yeah.
There's more to come on Home for Christmas.
There's nothing nicer than having community and connection over food.
I think people are amazing. We can turn dark to light. We can fly through storms. We can change worlds, but we can't always do it alone. If you need help, we could work together. Find out more at wesleymission.org.au. We are here for you.
We're going to go back to mine and we're going to decorate a Christmas tree. So I moved out of Kickstart into the new apartment that I'm in now, so it was very nice. I kind of finally got my life back together again. It's my first Christmas in this house.
Kickstart actually allows kids from the ages of 18 all the way up to 25 to come back and forth if they need it.
Santa hat.
I'll be the reindeer. Okay. My red nose and my helper. Without Wesley being in my life, I don't know where I would be.
You chose very well with your tree.
I love it, yeah.
I like the snow on the end.
And this is the first time being an adult that I've actually had my own Christmas tree in my own house. Knowing that I'm going to be stable over the holidays is probably one of the most amazing feelings. So it's very, very important to me. Wesley has helped me immensely to get to the place where I am now. They've helped me a lot, even from the age of 6 months old, you know, when I came into the foster care system, placed me with the most amazing family. Been there since I was 2, you know, they're my family. So they've given me a forever family and also a forever friend.
If she did ever need anything, Wesley will always be part of her life if she wants us. Thank you.
Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming our way.
It's so good to see people achieving the goals they have for their life, and every young person should feel hopeful about their future. Journeying alongside wonderful people like Tamara and Martin is an honour. Hearing their stories, I also have a deeper gratitude for the people and the blessings in my life. Having a place to call home and the ability to give and receive gifts is something we should never take for granted. If you'd like to partner with Wesley Mission to journey alongside people in need and to deliver practical support, you can give today at wesleymission.org.au/donate. Your gift can help people find a safe and secure home. We would be so grateful for any support you can offer. Wesley Mission provides homes for people and families, supporting people into safe and sustainable housing. In Newcastle, we hosted a Christmas party with some of our tenants.
I work for Wesley Community Housing and I'm the housing lead and I look after these properties down here in the Newcastle region.
Today we're at Hamilton South organising the block Christmas party.
Well, we've got 18 units here. You know, if we can get a dozen, that would be fantastic.
You know what you could do for me, Gordon? You'd feel better.
I'm going to clean it first.
I'm part of the Missional Communities team, which is a brand new team designed around developing community practices, particularly around Christian faith. The opportunity for residents to meet together, to have a nice cup of coffee and talk about the things that matter in their lives, including the spiritual stuff.
This is important for the residents because they only have a little bed set to live in. They get to come out and have a bigger space here. It's like joining at their table for a family meal is coming out, but we being their family.
So when we make a cup of coffee is not a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee is a point of relationship. It's a point where we actually connect with people. I'm really passionate about coffee, but I'm much more passionate about actually the connection. That's where the real magic happens, actually. Not very pretty, but it's something. Thank you. There we go, enjoy. The solid truth, John.
It's not bad. Three Stooges.
Gordon's like your neighbourhood watch, knows everything, but says he knows nothing. He's also who, I guess, is the watchful, caring eye on everybody else as well.
Hi, come in, then. Hey, this is my home. Welcome to my home, everybody. I've been living here for about 4 years. I love people to come and visit me, which I wouldn't before. I was sleeping on a concrete veranda. I've been there without a home. I was sort of stranded, left out of the world, forgotten. And Wesley helped me. They came to my rescue. And now this is where I live. They've given me everything that I really needed. I have friends here now. I had no friends. Wesley's opened up a new door for me. To have a home for Christmas means everything. You don't need to be alone for Christmas.
There's more to come after the break.
What are you laughing about?
Yes, well,
No
maybe
Christmas
when...
present for you, kid.
I think people are amazing. We can turn dark to light. We can fly through storms. We can change worlds, but we can't always do it alone. If you need help, we could work together. Find out more at wesleymission.org.au. We are here for you.
I tell you, this is very therapeutic. Extremely. Yeah, these are the Christmas ones. Oh, that's such a good idea. Merry Christmas.
Do they still use the Xmas?
No, we're not using that because that leaves Christ out of Christmas. Yeah, I didn't know that. It's very sad.
Gordon brings a sense of community. He's very thoughtful and very caring, very involved in his community here.
Some of these have got nice sparkles in them too.
I've been here for 3 years. Yeah, came from a refuge, a domestic violence. I think I'm going to do one with Christmas colours that my granddaughter likes, hearts and stars.
Christmas is a funny time because we put on airs and graces, right? But the reality of the Christmas story is that's not where it started. It was dirty, it was rugged, it was really legit. It wasn't amongst the rich, it was absolutely amongst the poor. When we come together here at Christmas, we join with residents. There's dignity, there's humour, there's love, there's opportunity here. It is like the original story. It's rough and ready, but there's a lot of love, and that's what makes this so different.
There's nothing nicer than having community and connection over food.
Some salad, mate.
Yummy.
Yeah. Here you go. Thank you, my darling. Oh, I like that. You're welcome. Fancy getting prawns. I won't get this good on Christmas Day. This is it.
This is what we're here for, Christmas do. Enjoy being with the other people. You get to know your neighbours.
A happy Christmas from all of us at Wesley Mission to you and those who you love. One of my favourite Christmas memories is from when I was around 10 years old. We were enjoying lunch at my aunt's house. Aunts, uncles, cousins, lots of food, laughter, and voices talking over the top of one another. There were 2 tables, one for the kids like me and one for the adults. Obviously, I was at the kids' table. But then Auntie Jean invited me to the big table, the adult table. A chair was pulled up, space was made. It felt like a significant rite of passage, and more than 45 years later, I still remember the moment vividly. Room was made and an invitation offered and accepted. A man called John wrote these words about the miracle of that very first Christmas. God became flesh and blood and moved into the neighbourhood. The miracle at the heart of the Christmas story is that in Jesus, God clothed himself in the frailty of human form. In so doing, making clear to us the infinite nature of his abundant, transforming, expansive, and inviting love. At that very first Christmas in Jesus, God made room for us to dwell forever in his love. The irony, of course, is that when Jesus was born, there was no room for him or his parents in any of the local hotels. And so he is laid not in a pristine crib, but in the rough and tumble of a smelly animal feeding trough. Here's the thing, the good news, the great news of Christmas is that the one for whom no room was found always finds room for us in his love, should we accept his invitation. The same hands that reached dependently from a manger for his mother, Mary, that very first Christmas, were stretched out agonisingly on a cross at Easter as Jesus demonstrated there are no limits to his love. Love that seeks and saves people like you and like me. My friends, the Christmas story tells us that God, who is love, always, always, always has room for us. The only question that remains is, will we make room for him? In the last book of the Bible, the book of Revelation, Jesus says, "Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in." For more than 2,000 years, millions, billions of people have been saying yes to Jesus, knocking on the door of their heart. I did a couple of years after that Christmas being invited to the big table. If you haven't already done so, would you consider doing the same today? I promise that if you do, you'll receive the greatest of Christmas gifts. Please don't hesitate to be in touch if Wesley Mission can be of help to you or a loved one in any way. Thanks again, happy Christmas, and every blessing to you and to those who you love.